Morgan Rielly will be in the lineup next game. I don't think there's any question about that. Timothy Liljegren, listen, for all of you who think I'm just doing a bit, Sheldon Keefe saying Liljegren, his mistake on the second goal, on the Kyle McLean goal, was that's
Pee-wee.
not an NHL play. It's
Pee-wee.
Pee-wee hockey. What's he saying? Brad! Ah! Timothy Liljegren, Brad! This, I went back to it in the LFR. What did I say about Liljegren at the beginning of the season?
Well, you were surprisingly spicy about him because you were basically saying like this is a sort of a prove it year. I'm being kind about what you said because you said, "What are you?"
Okay,
Right.
There's a sliding scale.
Sure.
Also,
Right?
can we play Sheldon Keefe's comments?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
play it.
Let's do that.
Let's do this.
Is it frustrating when you lose track of where the penalty clock is and you let a guy slip behind you? Is that something at this point of the year that shouldn't happen anymore?
At this point of the year, this is the National Hockey League. Like, that's Pee-wee stuff. It's nothing to do with the season or anything like that. You play on the power play in the National Hockey League, they should not get behind you coming out of the penalty box.
All losses are tough, Sheldon, no matter how they happen, but any more difficult given that you guys tied the game late and just turn over the defensive zone.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. We played well enough to win the game, but we do it just enough to lose, right? Like second goal, third goal. Those are gifts. You can't give gifts to the goalie's playing the way he is in the other end.
Sorokin was great.
Goals, so it's so hard to come by. You battle your way back to tie the game. You can't do that.
So I alluded to Liljegren not getting in the next game. I don't know if it's going to be that dramatic. He's done on the power play.
Yeah.
That's
but then for who?
I mean, I think Keefe likes Timmins more than us. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was him.
God. Well, I was looking at some tweets this morning. I think it was Anthony Petrelli. I think. And I apologize, Anthony, if this is you or isn't you, but I thought it was a smart point. So Anthony, take the credit because I think you're a smart guy. I think he was talking about, forget the power play for a second. A lot of Liljegren's struggles this year have been due to the fact that on 5-on-5 anyway, if he's had struggles, he's been stuck with guys like Giordano. And I don't hate Mark Giordano. Hold on a sec.
Yeah.
Let me say this point.
Sure.
This guy is not mobile anymore.
Giordano?
Yeah, he's not.
And he wasn't on the ice.
I know that, and I said, please forget the power play for a second.
Okay,
but there are
fine.
more. Listen, do you think if Timothy
that's-
Liljegren had played great hockey all year, do you think Sheldon Keefe makes a comment like that? Absolutely
I think
not.
they should both be out.
Okay, fine, cool. I'm happy to see Wylde Agason back in the lineup. I actually am, but I'm saying that I think that the power play, yes, that's Timothy Liljegren. 5-on-5, they really just don't have it on the defense.
No,
I don't think that they can fix it in season.
Brad. I'll do it a little quiet this time.
You want to take a look at the lines from
What do we got,
today? Today we got Nyes, Matthews, Marner,
Same.
Bertuzzi, Tavares, Nylander, so
Same.
nothing's changed in the top six. Then we got Gregor, Domi, Robertson,
Kill me.
McCann, Holmberg, Reeves.
Cool.
And then on the defensive side, we got Riley Brody, Benoit McCabe, Gio Liljegren, Legason, Timmins. Those
All
are
right.
two scratchies.
Yeah.
The definition of insanity.
So nothing has changed from last night.
I think that we have to live in a world where Mark Giordano doesn't play every night. He can play every night in the playoffs, but guys, this guy's pushing 40. Put Legason in. He played well.
Yeah, okay, we know what Giordano is. We know.
Yeah.
That's easy.
Yes.
Giordano's an easy conversation. He's 40. That's the conversation.
He's a man.
Adam, here, go to the 3 cam. All right. Here's what we're doing. This coffee mug
Okay.
is a top 4 defenseman on a playoff team.
Okay.
This water cup is waiver fodder. This phone is Timothy Liljegren. Put that phone where you think he is.
In the middle.
You think smack dab in the middle?
I think right now he's your 5-6.
I think he's there.
Oh man, teams would snap that guy up in no
They would.
time.
And he'd be their 7th defenseman in no time.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think you're being too hard on him.
Yeah.
I think the problem is mostly around him.
I've been hard on him for the last bunch of years. This guy, like, he's Bruno Caboclo. He's 2 years away from being 2 years away. I'm getting sick of it. He's going to be 25 at the end of April. Like, we're already seeing guys from the 2018 and 2019 draft getting put on waivers. This dude's 2017. He's been given lots of opportunities, and every time they graduate him from the bottom pair, hey, he's looked good on the bottom pair. Please stop showing me his numbers. He's not playing against the toughest competition. Please stop.
I think he's a bottom pairing defenseman.
Yeah,
what's
but
wrong with that?
I think he's better than Connor Timmins, man.
Why can't
agree
Timothy
with that.
Liljegren be your 5th or 6th defenseman on a good team?
Man,
What's wrong with that?
I'm done there. They need an upgrade. Like, what I'm saying is, I would like a defenseman who is better than him to push him out of the lineup, but they don't even have that. I don't think he's an everyday player. I think contending teams look at him the way we look at William Lagesson. William Lagesson is a guy, he can play good games for you. That's how I look at Liljegren. He can play good games for you.
Yeah,
Does he need to be in the lineup every day? No.
You need 6 defensemen. Like, every defenseman can't be a top 4 defenseman.
Yes.
You need people to fill out the rest of your lineup.
Okay.
I think Liljegren on a good team is your 6th defenseman.
If
and there's
Kimmo
nothing
Timonen,
wrong with that.
To Jesse's point, if Kimmo Timonen can play 4 minutes a night and win a Stanley Cup with the Blackhawks, what does it say? The Blackhawks had a great top 4, so they didn't have to rely on it. And the problem with the Leafs is they don't. He got 2 of 4. They've got 2 of 4.
Yeah.
Because I think Brody's not been good, and I understand that things happen to Brody this summer. I understand he went through some loss, but the reality is the product in the ice isn't good enough. And if you have a good top 4, you have a solid top 4. To Jesse's point, you don't need to lean on Liljegren as much.
Yeah, but who's in the top 4? Riley Brody,
who's not been good.
Yeah.
And you can't show me any numbers that tell me. And I love TJ.
Yeah, Brody's not been good.
Not been good.
He's not been good. And what was I campaigning for a couple months ago? Put Liljegren up there. You notice I stopped? Because he doesn't deserve it.
Okay, so then who's the next one? You got McCabe and
Benoit,
who's
the
great.
same age and lapped him. He lapped him.
Yeah, Benoit, who got like a standing O yesterday. Like,
Of course he did. He deserved
had
it.
to fight for a non-hit, but
Like, everyone, I keep getting asked, what does a Benoit extension look like? I'm not making less than Tim. I can tell you that much. I don't care how many points I put up. I'm in the top 4.
Yeah, but all you're saying is one guy is better than the other guy, which is okay because Liljegren can be your 6th defenseman, and Benoit's better than him.
That's
fine.
That
That doesn't mean you get rid of Liljegren because Benoit is a better player.
No, you know what I'm doing? I'm mourning the loss of what I thought Timothy Liljegren could be in my mind. Do you remember us? I mean, he was never going to be this good, but we were talking about he could be Karlsson. Because he was drafted in 2017 when Karlsson was lighting the world on fire. He shoots right. He's Swedish. He must be the same guy.
Sure.
That's not how it works. But like we all thought for sure at least a top 4 capable guy. And I am coming to grips with this guy just is a guy.
he's not a 20-minute guy. He's a 15-minute guy.
He's barely above replacement level.
Which is fine.
Jesse, what do you have there?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. I thought you had something on Timothy on the stats there.
No.
I think that again, we're focusing on the result of the problem rather than the problem. The result of the problem is Liljegren is put into positions where I just don't think, and I understand you're mourning the loss of the potential that he had. The reason he fell from the top 5 to 17, if you remember, is he was going into that draft. People were like, this guy's going to be great.
Yeah.
And then he fell to 17 and the Leafs were like, woo!
Yep.
And, it hasn't worked out the best. He's still a top 6 defenseman, I think, on most teams. But I think the Leafs' top 4 is not strong enough. And therefore, you put players like him who are not good enough to be in positions like that in that position. And I understand the mourning of, hey, it's our draft pick. We really wanted it to work out. It didn't work out. Fair enough. But I think now we got to focus on this defense core is not going to work. It's not going to work. McCabe, I like.
He's playing his offside. Like, that's another one, underratedly. Like, Liljegren should be taking some minutes away from Brody. McCabe's playing on his off-frigging side. Like, I know Brody is as well, but I feel like he's a little bit more
Well,
known
he's a
for that.
specialist for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
He did that
Jake
in Calgary.
McCabe didn't really previously do that for the Leafs.
Mhm.
There was that weird pair where it was him and Brody. I'm pretty sure McCabe was the one on the left.
Yeah. And I think, so we like Benoit McCabe. We have liked Riley Brody in the past.
Here.
Go.
I'll give you a little bit of juice.
Give me the
I
juice.
said this on the stream last night. The Leafs are so desperate for a capable right-handed defenseman that someone this weekend told me a rumor of someone the Leafs called on.
Mhm.
I'm not going to say the name, but I just put my hands together and I said an entire rosary saying, please God, not him. Please God, not this player. And I was like, how are we even having this conversation where acquiring this player would even be considered an upgrade? The core sucks. It's not good enough, man.
Mhm.
It's so bad. I think we're all agreeing here.
Wait, who's the player?
No. I'm not doing that.
What? I thought that was the whole point of the story.
Yeah.
No. I said I wasn't going to say the name.
Oh, I thought he was going to say that.
No.
I was confused by that.
No. Put it this
who's-
way. Put it this way.
Yeah.
I'm stressed. I'm very stressed.
All right, Adam, let's go. What is it?
Which Calgary Flame?
Who's the player? So this is
I'll give you 3. We're doing it right now. And if you don't get it, it's on you. You get 3 guesses. If you get it right, I will be honest and tell you.
like you got to give me some parameters.
Okay. Well, it's a player that Steve clearly doesn't like.
Okay.
You can ask 3 questions
Okay.
and then give 3 guesses.
Okay, so
I'm
do they-
giving you 6 chances.
What division do they play in?
Oh, you son of a gun. The Metro.
It's Erica Branson.
No. So you
Damn it.
You've wiped out one of each.
Okay.
They play in the Metro.
Adam, that was a poor use.
That wasn't a poor use.
That was a poor use.
Yeah, Branson is the kind of guy that Treliving would love. In fact, I think he's required him before. Did he not play in Calgary?
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think I know.
No. Is it bad?
I want to ask a question before.
Okay. I'm going to let you take this, Jesse, because I don't know.
Okay. Does their last name start with a D?
Uh-oh.
Yes.
What does that mean?
I know it. Do you want me to say it, or do you want to keep it quiet?
Not Tony D'Angelo. No.
Wait, what's your guess? Is it Tony D'Angelo or not Tony D'Angelo?
Oh, man. Wait, so the Leafs
got
are
it.
interested in him?
Nobody's saying that.
Get out of here. He's found his happy place in Carolina. That's the only place he hasn't caused trouble. Let him live. Let him live. Yeah, right. No, I don't believe that. I do think, and this is funny, I've heard the Canucks might be willing to move off Zadorov.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Who
I've heard
said that?
So there's been a couple outlets that have hinted at it, and then I've heard it. Somebody told me, and I was like, really? And it's because of his salary. But
Why'd you get him?
the amount. Well, exactly. The Leafs could have paid the 3rd and the 5th, and actually Zadorov would have been an upgrade based on what they have.
Zadorov,
Like Zadorov McCabe.
the Canucks
Ain't, like,
trading Zadorov to the Leafs will be really funny.
now the Leafs don't have a 2nd round pick. I'm imagining the Canucks would want similar value to what they traded out, but I think the value for the Canucks is moving that salary out and getting somebody else in for the trade deadline. You know, Lindholm obviously is a great get for them, but I think
So last Wednesday, sorry to interrupt, Rick Dhaliwal updated that story about Zadorov, and he said that I've been told the Canucks are not trying to trade Nikita Zadorov. I believe these Zadorov rumors caught the Canucks off guard. As of now, I can report the Canucks are not trying to move Zadorov. I think that the whole thing that happened this week has caught everybody off guard. He just said that. As of now, I can report they're not trying to move. So he said the same thing 3 times. Sorry.
as of now, Vancouver fans need to hear it a few times.
Yeah.
I get it though, because
yes,
they dealt with the league
Rick
shit for a while.
Dhaliwal says they're not trying to move.
The Vancouver Canucks were caught off guard.
but-
Caught off guard, the Vancouver Canucks were.
I don't know why they had to quote him 3
But as
separate
of now-
times saying the same thing.
I do not like green eggs and Zadorov. I do not like them. Stay on my hand.